What's up? So I posted a video on this jacket when I had it for maybe 4 or 5 months. And after a couple years now, I haven't seen really any videos featuring this jacket or talking about the 613 SH model as far as what it's like, after it kind of settles in and becomes yours, and the shoulders drop and the arms crease out, and once it has some use and been in the rain and just basic review, it seems like there's only real videos about like trying to sell it and it's brand new, and even those are pretty rare. So this is a little video just kind of showing after it's been lived in a little bit. So this is a size 42. I'm tall and skinny. The SH is definitely the slim model, but with size 40s, they tend to be a little short for me. I've only recently been kind of using the belt. I'll Velcro it up and move it off to the sides, but it's the winter here in Vermont, so I've been layering it up a little bit. So basically, this is my first Schott. Well, technically it's my second Schott horsehide jacket. I have the 85 James Dean horsehide, which was fully broken in, has crazy patina. I had a whole life before I ever got it. This one I got and the arms were still not formed. It didn't have a real shine to it, but I kind of like that. I'm not a huge fan of the super shiny unless it's like a shinky horsehide. But this horsehide has been, I was very interested to see how it was going to shape out. And, compared to the 118 I had, I did have, was it a 118? It was from the 70s. It was a Perfecto from the 70s. It was a size 40 and it was steer hide, and it had the V-pulls. But the thing was so stiff, and I wore it for like a year and hoping it would kind of stretch and form, and it just wasn't. It was just too tough. So I ended up selling that one, and over the course of a couple years, playing with, different brands and seeing what I liked as far as different leathers, I always ended up coming back to, I just want horsehide and I just want to break it in myself. So that's what I did with this one. I do ride a motorcycle. I ride a Yamaha FZ1 1000cc sport bike, and I do get some funny looks wearing this jacket on that bike, but I don't care. I love the jacket. And it's only seen the rain a couple times, but I feel like when it does see the rain, I usually wear it while it's drying. It's never been soaked all the way through, but it sheds water off more than it absorbs it. So that's one of the big benefits. But as far as how it feels for the next couple days after, it definitely opens up, and you get this like rich leather smell that kind of comes and then it slowly goes as it dries. So yeah, I mean, that's just a couple little details about it. As far as the jacket itself, it is amazing. There's nothing, I have no complaints. The pockets on this one feel large compared to the size 40 steer hide Perfecto I had. The way it sits at my waist, not too high, but also not too low. I feel like it forms very well with the slim fit. When I open up these zippers, you can see it really opens up around my wrists. But when I zip them up, it sits snug. When I'm riding, I'm not getting wind all up in there. There are, I wouldn't say it's patina, but there's slight wear marks around these edges. And I do like that. I don't know if that will turn into, you know, a lighter tone later. I assume it's probably not going to. But I just love the patterning and the creases and the way it's stacked up. It really, one of the biggest difference in this coat that I felt was when the shoulders started to drop and the boxiness in the shoulders started to go away. I do carry a heavy backpack quite a bit, so I think that kind of helped get the shoulders to form. Once those dropped, the jacket feels 1,000 times better. It feels very much form-fitting, and it moves with me. I probably could have done a size 40 in this one, but I got this secondhand from somebody who used it very little, and I had experience with size 40s just feeling too short in the wrist and too short at the waist. And as far as the differences in this one, I feel like there's a big difference. So all in all, one of the reasons I wanted to make this video was just to kind of talk about how the horsehide feels over time, which was very stiff when I first got it, and it has just loosened up. And very much, there's parts that actually feel very soft, you know, especially around the waist area. This feels so soft and supple, whereas like up in the chest here, it still has that kind of stiff feeling. The consistency of the leather throughout is amazing. There's no thin spots and thick spots. Everything is very well put together. As far as zippers go, Schott kills it. I do love the 613 design, not having the buttons here. I like the clean feel and look. I can layer this with a hoodie, which I do a lot, and you know, some people say, oh, if you could put a hoodie under there, then it's too big. I tend to not mind so much. My biggest thing is in the summer here, it gets really hot, and I do tend to wear my gear, and I don't like to have skin exposed. So being able to ride and have my basic gloves come up and just have this bunch up just a little bit, rather than having the arms move all the way up, is a huge thing for me. And I do like that I can wear a watch and still have this be nice and snug. The stars they're not going anywhere. They're in there solid. So that's cool. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I really just wanted to show the jacket after a couple years of use and kind of how the horsehide has shaped and formed. You can see along all these seams. You know, I'm always rubbing my elbows on stuff. There's like slight finish that has come off here, but that's obviously to be expected. But one of my favorite things about it is the way that the arms feel. It's definitely my favorite Schott jacket I've ever owned. At one point I had 14 jackets. Now I'm down to 3. I have this one, the James Dean horsehide, and a Oakbrook steerhide vintage jacket that I don't really wear. I just have it because I like it. Another cool thing, which I showed in my short first video, was the previous owner of this had this button installed. You can see this here. It's just an anti-stress button, and when you clip that, you're not getting any pressure with movement along the seams of the zipper. So that's cool. You know, you can unzip it all the way down, and the button's strong. It was professionally installed with like military grade hardware, so I wouldn't suggest going and just sticking a button in there yourself. Have it done the right way if you're gonna do it. It's cool because it matches the other buttons. perfectly. The construction of the button is a slightly different, but as far as the aesthetic, they match. I do wish that they would have put a button here so that this could sit here, but over time I've just decided I don't care. So anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I can show, I don't know if this will work, but you can see the grain of this horsehide up close. I assume that this jacket was shiny at one point. And in certain lights it does look shiny, but for the most part it's pretty matte. They do have, oh, I have my gum in here. These are not the old school cotton pockets. I'm not sure if they're cotton, I haven't really explored that, but this material feels a lot stronger than the kind of tan colored fuzzy cotton pockets. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about stitching coming undone on these. You do get this big pocket on the inside here. All the construction in that has been really good. So yeah, I make these little zipper pulls so when I have my gloves on, I can get at this stuff. Makes life a lot easier. But all in all, if you're thinking about a horsehide 613, they're absolutely amazing. You're just gonna have to give it some time to become yours. And yeah, if anybody has any questions, just hit me up in the comments. Peace.